Alright, that's enough.
Killer.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the final episode of the Bad Questions Worst Answers podcast. Each week I, Connor, along with my friend Charlie, present a bad question to the others, then as a group we attempt to...
The fuck? I don't get to say hi?
I mean, go for it. You can...
rolled right over me.
Roll back. Each week I, Connor, along with my friend Charlie...
Hi.
Present a bad question to the others, then as a group we attempt to explore these bad questions with the worst answers. Guys, no guests this week. Honestly, probably for the best. We had some rough dealings with Evan and Jeanne. Probably won't have a guest coming on probably for the next few episodes. It was rough.
Jeanne actually threatened my life. I'm not sure if it's really good to bring this up in a public domain, but Jeanne
I'm not
threatened
surprised.
my life.
She texted me and said, "Oh, I'm gonna cancel you. I'm gonna say you did this to me." Blah blah blah. And I'm like, "Whoa! What?
We're gonna get canceled by Jeanne."
Where are we going here?
When we say the final episode, we really mean the final episode.
Yeah, it really could be at any moment. So. Yeah, that it was rough. We're still trekking along. We're at episode 17. First, before we get into our questions, we want to just ask, between the both of us talk, what's new with Brett, and also what's new with Colby. Colby has been absent for a while. He's been stepping back. So yeah, let's.
And you know what? We really respect that. We really understand, and we feel for the position Colby's in.
I truly empathize with his whole situation, and it's a shame that he had to step away.
Here at BQWA, we really send our sincerest regards to Colby and his family during this difficult time.
I know.
There's a lot going on in the world right now, and Colby doesn't need the added stress and pressure of performing in a podcast week.
He's been going through it, honestly. It's been bad. He hasn't been at the apartment since we're both roommates. He hasn't been at the apartment for 2.5 weeks, and frankly, I've been kind of having a good time by myself. But you know, I also really feel for Colby. I've been texting him sporadically throughout this past 3 weeks. I was just saying, how's he doing? And he said he's doing fine. He got COVID. Honestly. I didn't see him when he had it, so I didn't have to deal. I've been staying safe, wearing a mask, social distancing, taking all the precautions, and we're going into a lockdown probably again. So that's great.
Hey, congrats on that, by the way.
What?
Nice work, Lancaster County.
Oh yeah, we're Lincoln and Omaha are doing. We're at like the red meter. And I don't know, like everywhere is just jumping up in cases at a dramatic level. Like, is California like having?
Dude, we were chilling for the whole quarter, and then some sororities, I think, did some public gathering shit, and now the cases have gone up a bunch at the university. And Slow County is back in the purple. I don't want to blame the sororities for the whole county going up, but I guess I do want to blame the sororities for the whole county going up.
That's how it was at the beginning of my semester, where it was all these fraternities or sororities throwing these huge parties, and the dean was like, "This is bad, and we should not be doing this." And now at the end of the semester, our dean is like, "Hey, I know we're in the red for Nebraska. We're at the red meter, but hey, everyone is wearing their masks on the university. Not many COVID cases are related to the university, so feel free to just roam about. Go for it."
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty much what he
that's
said.
the message to be sending right now. It's a message of freedom and self-expression in this time.
It's really great. So yeah, that's kind of been what's up with Colby. Kind of talked about ourselves a little bit, but you know what?
I got some stuff on Brett quick.
Yeah.
Brett and I exchanged 3 texts this week. 2 were mine.
Can you divulge a little bit on what this was about? It seems a very brief conversation.
Well, it was really 2 separate conversations.
Oh.
Brett sent me a text. I responded in a way that I found to be rather humorous and relatable, and then he didn't say anything, which is fine. We all miss texts. Everybody's guilty of missing a text every once in a while. But then I texted him later this week. I saw something funny that I thought he'd be interested in. I'm just trying to keep this relationship. I mean, anything I can.
Saving
that's
face.
Easy on my end. Yeah. I don't like to burn bridges, But I saw something I thought Brett would like. I thought, fine, I'll send it to him. Like, nothing from me. No big deal. And I shoot him a text, shoot him this picture. Have yet to get a response on it.
Not a surprise there. Brett can be kind of a dick. I actually FaceTimed him a few days ago, and
wow,
what a slog that was. It was it was 30 minutes of just, oh, how are you doing? Oh, yeah, I'm doing this. Oh, is school ending? Like, how are you doing with finals? I'm fine, Brett. I'm doing these finals. I've got a week and a half left of school.
You're not an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah. What does he think you are?
I'm not an idiot like Brett, and obviously he might as well be if he's asking those questions. Only it's kind of ridiculous, but
here's a question. How many questions did he ask you over the course of your call? Can you remember?
It was too many to count. He just kept throwing them at me, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
No substance there, just questions.
It's really a different kind of conversation when you reach him through text and you really try and get him like face to face on FaceTime.
Well, I'm living proof that that's harder than it seems.
Yeah.
I mean,
with text it's sparse with Brett, but once you get his attention, you have it, and it's a lot.
It's just gonna be miles of text. I mean, you're gonna be scrolling for days.
Yeah, it's a very tough situation. Honestly, I'll probably won't talk to him for another month. But since we have this whole
good for you
bit going on, I'll probably have to keep in touch with him just to ask and see what's up with him. Not that I care, but just go with the bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to hear he's doing okay.
Yeah, he's doing all right. Let's just get into the question.
Anyway, you can go ahead.
Yeah. So my question is there a better snack and drink sponsor for Call of Duty than Mountain Dew and Doritos? Now, I've been playing copious amounts of COD. The new Call of Duty Cold War came out. At first, I was like, this is... talk about the game a little bit. I thought it was...
Yeah, let's start it off with... Just let's set the scene a little bit.
Yeah,
what is Call of Duty Cold War?
It's the new game.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah. It's...
Okay.
Yeah, it's like they're playing on like Russian... Yeah, the whole Cold War thing, whatever.
Oh, kind of like the Cold War.
Yeah. Kind of like the Cold War. It's weird how they draw those historical connections to these video games.
It's really an impressive idea.
Really?
And what did they do before this? World War I?
They just did Modern Warfare.
Oh.
But they did do a World War I Call of Duty.
And so now they're kind of going back
World
to that
War
historical.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of...
Are they aware that there was never any fighting in the Cold War?
Well, it makes it seem like in the game, there's a lot of it. A lot of guns. Yeah,
Interesting.
Yeah, no, I'm not the most historically accurate, but you know what? I guess if they want to rewrite history, go for it.
Yeah, if there's anybody that I trust to do it, it's Activision.
Yeah, Activision and Treyarch, it's great. But the game, at first, I thought it was way too easy. The guns, no recoil whatsoever. I am just beaming through these noobs. I'm going 30-10 in a public lobby team deathmatch. It's embarrassing for these people, for me to go against them. And then, as I start to play more of it, I start to notice, there's like recoil on these guns. As I get more used to the game, I'm sometimes I'll go like 12-18 in a match.
Wow.
Not my best day there, but then I'll hit like, of course, like the 32 and 12s and stuff like that is kind of typical in my dominant Call of Duty lobby. And it feels a lot like
So you're good at Call of Duty.
Yeah,
is what I'm thinking.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Okay.
And as I go, and the thing that I loved about Call of Duty, because the first Call of Duty that I played was Black Ops 2, and the thing that I loved about it was you could hear people when people have mics. And you catch them on the right day. It's the best thing. People are arguing with each other about like religion. It could really, the pool that you draw from these people is really anything, and it's definitely a different experience. And I guess when I was playing today, I was thinking like, is the drink and snack of these people, does all these people encompass Mountain Dew and Doritos? Like, do they all drink Mountain Dew and Doritos? Because whenever you go to the store, you'll just see Call of Duty Cold War, Mountain Dew, and Doritos, and it's like I've been playing Call of Duty for 6-7 years, and I don't think I've sat down and been like, you know, guys, crack open a Dew, get a bowl of Doritos out.
Have you ever done it though?
No.
You've never done it?
No. And
wow.
then that's why I'm like curious as to like, is this really a good representation of all the Call of Duty gamers out there? Because it seems like the stereotype from like the layman's out there who don't necessarily game in that way. They're just like all these like people in like dusty t-shirts of Dorito dust, and they got 20 cans of Mountain Dew stacked up high on their desk, and they're just wasting.
Yeah, covered in their own hair and feces.
Yeah, but I don't think that is really a good representation of that. Like, they're just covering themselves with shit and piss. Like, I don't think that's it.
I feel like we're kind of stretching it a little bit now. Let me tell you, Connor, you brought this question to the wrong podcast, because I've played maybe 15 minutes of COD in my lifetime and really have no extracurricular interest in it at all. I've always found the marketing to be unusual. I appreciated that they leaned into the stereotype. That much I did appreciate. But I never actually thought... I always was of the opinion that people that actually play the game would not want to fall into the stereotype that much. And you seem to be sort of representative of that.
Yeah, it's because like when I hear these people on game chat, they're probably from like Oklahoma or like Arizona State University. You know, they got like they're just like I was playing with a couple of country guys, and they were just shooting the shit. You know, they're like, oh, watch out behind you. We got two, and I'm like, okay, well, yeah, and I follow their orders, and they were just some chill guys. Wouldn't take them for maybe Mountain Dew drinkers, but not necessarily in the gaming context, but definitely not Doritos. But I don't want to be associated with that kind of like, because Mountain Dew just tastes like piss. The older I get, the more I'm like a Mountain Dew. I'm not really feeling it. Maybe when I was
more like Mountain Don't.
Yeah,
Am
Mountain
I right?
Don't. Yeah. Good one.
All right, that's the pod.
Yeah, we got a joke out of that. That was all right. Let's wrap it up.
We actually scripted this whole thing up to that point.
Yeah, we got pages upon pages of script in this podcast. We're just reading it off. Wouldn't that be funny? If there's an hour's worth of copy for a podcast.
Yeah, every once in a while I'm like, page 6, Connor, page 6.
And I'm like, oh okay.
Line.
So what's the deal with water?
Okay. Oh, got it. Yeah. Maybe we should try it.
That would be a good bit.
Maybe the podcast needs some heavy scripting. That's like, maybe our next move.
For like our 50th or 100th episode, we should do a fully scripted podcast.
Write out the whole thing. I think it would be awful, if I'm honest.
Oh, it would be garbage, but I think given the context, it'd be very funny.
I agree. Honestly, I guess you do a lot of script writing now. Like, you probably have a decent handle on what that would have to look like.
Yeah, I could probably bang out like a handful of pages of just like conversations in my head between us, and it would be I don't know. It wouldn't be good.
It would be fun if we both wrote maybe, like, we both write 20 minutes, you know, and then we present our conversation with the other person, like, to them.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's like we're all in 7th grade and we're reading like The Hobbit, and we're just different characters, and you have to follow along.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
It's like we're popcorn reading or something like that. Yeah. Those were the days.
Yeah, that'd be great. But yeah, I also Doritos. That's also another like chip where I'm like, do I want this? I'm 20 now. I don't. It doesn't. Nothing appeals. Like if I was like 15, maybe I would go for it. But I don't see it. I don't. The people who I see drinking Mountain Dew and Doritos are like kind of more like hickish from.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't see these. I don't see like middle class to like high-minded gamers intaking this stuff. Not to make
Intellect.
it like yeah. I don't see intellectual gamers drinking this stuff when they're playing their games of Call of Duty late at night. I don't know. I think the drink that I had in mind for Call of Duty, I haven't figured out the snack yet. Maybe we could discuss this. Is I want Dr. Pepper to be like a better representation of Call of Duty. It casts like a wider net. I feel like that there isn't a stereotype with Dr. Pepper, and the people who do like Dr. Pepper, they could be anybody. It's really based off the preference, and as I've gotten older, Dr. Pepper is definitely a drink that I've gravitated towards more. And personally, I would want that to be kind of like a Call of Duty sponsor. And I'm sick of seeing like this black and green and red like color palette for Call of Duty. It's tiresome.
Again, I got nothing. I think the thing you touch on there that is notable to me is Call of Duty isn't like a niche game.
No.
It's not like it's even possible to put together what the cross-section of people that play Call of Duty is, because it's such a common... I mean, it's got to be one of like the most purchased games with every new console that comes out, or like every time one comes out. So it does seem a little weird that they're marketing to this presumptive
very
Mountain Dew Dorito
stereotype.
Clan.
Yeah. It's very odd.
Do you think people that fit into not into the Call of Duty stereotype, because again I don't know that there really is one, but fit into the Mountain Dew and Dorito stereotype, are they trying to get them to buy Call of Duty, or do you think like they're passionate about I play Call, like, where do you think I'm just trying to figure out who this person is that is being marketed to, you know?
I think it's more of like a I play Call of Duty and I'm drinking my Mountain Dew and Doritos. I think it's more of like you're already interested into the game, so they're going out and being like, what? Mountain Dew has Call of Duty on it? I'm buying this.
I just don't understand who thinks that way. I really don't. Does any other game have anything like this? I don't play enough anymore to know. Although, friends, let me tell you, I've been a real gamer in my time.
Really?
I've done my fair share of the joysticking. Dabbled in the WASD. Made my way around.
A keyboard warrior? You've been dabbling a little bit in that?
Real keyboard warrior in my day. Yeah, I can't think of another game that has that. It's not like Minecraft is like, I don't know, Belgian waffles and
Yeah,
milk or something. Like,
well, they do have Minecraft cereal, but it's like
oh,
Minecraft.
that's upsetting.
It's not like where the call. It's literally just like creeper faced like cereal and like marshmallows and stuff. They're really whoring out Minecraft. I mean, you can't really blame them, but
The money's in merchandise.
yeah,
we know
that's
that.
true. But the money in Call of Duty is Mountain Dew and Doritos, and that's that's the only thing that they've done.
Somehow.
Yeah,
line. What we're decided on here is the line between those two things, Call of Duty and then Mountain Dew and Doritos, is very dotted. Like, we really are struggling to find that connection.
Yeah, because I just like can't think of anybody that I know that is like, you know, I'm excited to play the new Call of Duty. I just bought a 36 pack of Mountain Dew and my family size bag of Doritos, and I'm just munching on that thing for the whole night. I'm ready to game.
What about the other end, where it's somebody that's like, man, I finally got off Doritos, but this new Call of Duty game's coming out. Like, I finally was able to. I finally was able to drop that nacho cheese, but
I finally escaped Doritos, but
Cold War's looking really good.
Yeah, Cold
man.
War is. Oh man, that is a good looking game there. And I go to Walmart and I see Mountain Dew and Doritos and the Cold War too with that, and it's I just can't help myself.
Yeah. No, they've got it all displayed. I mean, right as you walk in, there's a big pyramid or something of. Actually, let's talk about that. You as a Walmart employee, do you have to set up those dumb displays where they like make the flag out of Pepsi boxes and that kind of thing?
That's like
No.
that's too above my pay grade. Unfortunately,
They don't trust you with that.
Yeah, it's the corporate ladder doesn't allow me to set up those features of Mountain Dew and Doritos stuff. It's unfortunate. It would be fun, but
Nice to know you've got room for vertical mobility, though. I mean, you can move up the ladder to setting up Coke displays.
If I really wanted to. Who knows how long I'm going to be working at Walmart, but yeah, if I do make it at that point, which probably won't, I'll let you know.
I'd love to stop by and see your work. I mean, I'm a real fan of the artistry that goes into that.
Yeah, I am making sure the shelves are perfectly aligned. It's really beautiful what I'm doing there.
I appreciate your work.
I know. I'm doing the Lord's work.
Somebody's got to do it. Do they have one of those setups at your Walmart location?
Yeah,
right
they
now?
have like at the front of the aisle they'll have just like hundreds of 24 cases of Mountain Dew for people to get, and they all have Cold War sponsored. It's weird how that's in like an event and like superstores where the new Call of Duty's coming up, and also Mountain Dew is doing. I don't know what year they're in for doing a deal with Mountain Dew, but Walmart or just whatever superstore is like, okay, we're gonna set up this display for all the gamers out there. We're gonna go through this Mountain Dew, and I don't think I've ever seen a gamer go out and go get that. I just don't see it. I think it's remarkably misguided, at least today, for that to be a representation of the gaming community.
I just don't see how it lines up. And so often I get the same thing when like a fast food restaurant does some kind of like promo that's similar to that, like, oh, this movie's coming out, so here's a new burger.
Yeah, who's
or like
the audience for that?
Yeah, yeah. I just don't know who's into it. I think people like the new food to try and that kind of a deal. But
Yeah.
I don't. That's not. It's not like the Doritos are any different. It's not like a
Yeah, I
Call
could
of Duty
really take or
flavor.
leave the whole promo that they've got going on.
Yeah, I'm struggling. Like the more I think about it, the more confused I am as to who's coming in. Are they trying to pull the Doritos and Mountain Dew crowd into Call of Duty, or is it like
Yeah.
the other way around? I don't know who's getting what from it, and frankly, I'm upset about it.
Yeah, it's a real disservice to the gaming community, and this is why late stage capitalism is at its fault, because of the whole
There we
Call
go.
of Duty and Mountain Dew sponsor. We've gotten to episode 17 to talk about late stage capitalism, and I think this is the most appropriate subject to, the most appropriate question to touch on that. But Charlie, let's get into your
Connor,
question.
I have a question.
Let's get into it.
Do you know if there's Jesus Christ? All right, let's take that from the top. This is going to be
Here we
Q3,
go.
page 17. Connor, I have a question. How do you tell if someone's having a bad day? Someone you don't know. You know, you're just like walking around your college campus in a time where there isn't a pandemic, and you're seeing somebody walking along. How can you just tell that they're having a bad day? Is there a way? A universal sign?
Do I need to interact with this person, or does it have to be from the moment you lay eyes on that person, like?
I guess the answer that I'm thinking in a context of visually, I can see from a distance, but I think it can be whatever you've got.
I mean, like, walking really fast is probably one of the best indicators of just baseline having a bad day. You're trying to get through this day. You're walking incredibly fast, and that probably leaves you more prone to like tripping, and that is probably more prone to having a bad day. But I like imagined it of like someone like screaming on the phone, like
Oh yeah, that's good.
having like a phone conversation, like, because like I don't really do phone calls where I'm like walking through like on the street. I don't really like when I see a phone call when I'm walking to a destination like on campus or just like downtown, and I get a phone call. I'm probably never gonna answer that, because like I'm going somewhere. I'm walking outside. Like, why would I want someone to like listen in on my conversation if it's like whatever? But someone's having a very urgent phone call, and like something bad's happening when they're on the phone. They're just like, I told you not to do that.
There is nothing like an animated phone call.
Yeah.
Just like some pacing back and forth,
Yeah.
like hand on the head. You know,
they're
one
they're
hand
doing the
with
gestures. They're like, it's like, Lydia, I can't do it. I don't know.
Well, how? When? What? Okay, wait a minute. Start at the beginning. Go back. There's an obvious. Okay, here's one. Do you think on speaker is any different? The person that's on speakerphone yelling at their phone as they walk around somewhere, completely oblivious to their surroundings.
That's even worse. They're letting everyone know that they're having a bad day. It's, yeah, I just can't get over because I've seen, like, even when I went to New York and I saw like someone on the plane like on their phone as the plane was like taking off, and you're not supposed to be on a phone call when this is happening. Like, you're probably supposed to have your phone on airplane mode by like the time you get into the plane.
Yeah.
But this person is like on the phone. They're like, Lissandra, I told you, like, you can't be doing that shit. Like, oh, you playing me like that? Like, really? Like, oh. I'll
call you when we land.
I'll talk to you. No, that's what they said. That's exactly what they said. And I was like, is your phone call really that important? And like after he hung up the phone, he was like, and then he just like,
yeah. You know what I saw once? I was in I was in a classroom, but it wasn't like class. We were all just like working, in the classroom together. And somebody got a call, and was talking for maybe like 30 seconds. And I was like, okay, you know what? Let me get my AirPods out. We'll talk. Let me get my AirPods out. We got to talk about this.
Yeah.
And so like pull their AirPods out and like rush out of the class, like march out, like putting them in. And
Yeah.
like, okay, you can go now. Like it's that big of a deal. Like I got an AirPod up for this.
It's astonishing like how urgent you are and how abrasive you are when you're having a bad day or just something that's really on your nerves during the day. You are just like, because if anything, that makes it worse. Like you were just like really, the way you're acting, like the rushing and like the like I can't.
Just let me get my AirPods. Let me get my AirPods in.
I'll talk to you when we land.
Slam the table. Slam the shitty little plastic folding table.
Yeah.
Yep. That's for sure. Let me take it back to another level here, and this is the context I came to the question in. At my school, California Polytechnic State University in San Luis Obispo, we have this big like orientation program that all the freshmen go through. It's called Week of Welcome, and you do all kinds of dumb shit and like go to all the programs about like don't drink, but like we know you're gonna drink, and don't have sex, but we know you're gonna have sex, and that kind of thing. And that all happens, but at some point during that, they give you a T-shirt. And I'm pretty sure you have to wear this T-shirt every day, or it's just a T-shirt they give you. Anyway, they give you this T-shirt, and it's called the Mustang Way shirt because the main like boulevard through our campus. Connor, this isn't funny. The main boulevard through our campus is Mustang Way, and you know how we behave as Mustangs here at California Polytechnic State University in San Luis Obispo, is we have beliefs, and we have things that we attribute our character to. And we stand by these things. And that's the Mustang way. We behave along these certain guidelines and follow the rules as we should. And I swear to God, the only time anybody wears that Mustang way shirt is A, unless they're required to, or B, unless they are having the shittiest day. Because it is at the bottom of everybody's wardrobe. It has to be. I mean, I remember my friends would show up to class in the Mustang way shirt and I'd be like, rough night, be like, yep, it was bad. Like, that's the shirt you put in your bag when you're gonna go out for the night and don't know if you'll be back home. Or that's like it is at the bottom of your shirt stack. For all 20,000 of us.
Do you have the shirt? Do you have the shirt at your apartment now?
Let me look. I don't know that I brought it because I didn't even want to have it. Yeah, like, I don't want to send that vibe to anybody.
Yeah, you don't even want to set yourself up for a bad day with the Mustang way. It's. So,
no, I unfortunately do not.
Damn it.
It would have made the bit a lot better, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Oh, well. We get the gist. But, yeah, it's kind of the opposite effect, because I go to UNL, University of Nebraska-Lincoln, and Lincoln, Nebraska school, and they all hand out these T-shirts where it's like, grit in our glory, grit in our glory, like everything's like Husker shit, and it's everyone. It seems like no one who has like really any sense of fashion or just doesn't really know what to wear, but they're a big Husker fan. They'll wear that grit in our glory shirt, and it's literally just like a faded red, like white text grit in our glory shirt, and everyone wears it. Like every dude that walks around campus, you'll probably see a handful of those T-shirts, and I'm like, why? But they seem to be having a good day. But back to how what kind of night, what kind of bad day would entail if you were to wear a Mustang Way T-shirt?
I think it's just like, it's maybe not even a bad day as much as I've been having a rough enough week I haven't gotten my laundry done. Like I'm behind, I'm busy, my focus is not on if I'm looking good or if my clothes are clean, but just getting something else done.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's just the cherry on top of their whole week.
It's just sort of symbolic of your focus is not on your own wellness, because if it were, you'd have another shirt to wear right now.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know that there's a specific instance that is tied to it, other than just sort of a general, like, you're not focused on your own life and your own happiness at the time of wearing the Mustang Way shirt.
Yeah. One thing that I can kind of tell, like, universally with people if they're having a bad day. Do you know, like, this look when people are like, they're like crossed arms, they're like mean mugging you, they're like, do you know this look that I'm this posture? I see it when I worked in service, food service. Like, if someone was having a bad day, and this the cherry on top, was they got their food wrong. They would go up to the counter and they would just do. And
Yep.
and I'm like, here we go.
They're alone at your runza. They're eating alone at a runza at 11 o'clock on a Tuesday night.
I've
got their burger
I've
wrong.
got a couple examples of this. So, like, for those people who don't know, runza is basically it's very popular in, like, the Midwest, and their signature is like a runza, which is basically like a German hot pocket. But they also sell, like, burgers and shit like that. Anyway, so like 3 years ago or so, 3 or 4 years ago, there was a lady and, like, her husband, and
we should say also quickly that you're a veteran. You're a veteran of the Runza workforce.
I worked there for 4 years, and I
talk
was,
about vertical mobility in
know.
a low hanging fruit kind of a situation.
I know. And this lady comes up to the front and gives the classic arms crossed, just pissed look, like someone shit in their cereal kind of look. And they're like, she isn't looking at the cash register, like the people who are, like, taking orders up the front. This lady, it's like 8 o'clock at night, and it's like winter time, like December or January, and they are looking right at me. Like, I'm standing in, like, in the prep window, and this lady is staring right at me, and not staring at any of, like, the other, like, cashiers or anything, just directly at me. And I'm like, okay, well, I go up there, and I'm, like, smiling. I'm like, hi, what can I do for you? And she's like, what? You don't serve perfect runzas? And she shows me the runza. It's just got like a crack in it. Like at the butt of the runza, it just has like a crack, and it's perfectly edible. It's
so
fine.
Yeah, we should clarify what the runza is. I mean, like you said, it's a hot pocket, so there's not.
Yeah.
It's perfectly edible. It's just like a pizza roll that's split a little bit, more or less, right?
It's got like a little crack
big pizza roll.
Yeah, a little crack at the end of the runza, and she's like, "What? So you don't serve perfect runzas?" And after that, my face goes like that, and I'm just tuned out. And she just starts she just starts laying into me like this is my second runza that I got tonight, and what? Like, there's a crack in it. You guys don't serve perfect runzas. Like, who makes these things? And I'm like, yeah. And then after she gets done, she is just like fuming, and I'm like, sorry, I don't know how to help you, which is probably the worst way to which is the worst way to handle that. And my supervisor came up and was like, get in the back, and told me. And then, like, I got not yelled at, but, like, scolded for, like, you don't say that to people. But like, the lady was like, she got another runza. She got like 3 runzas. Jeez. And I'm pretty sure she bit into all of them. And she was like, I just want a refund. And she got her refund. But I'm like, lady, like, it. What you're asking for is not feasible. And she was so incredibly pissed off. And I can, like, whenever you're working any kind of service job, like, you can just, like, tell when someone's pissed off. Because, like, there was one time, like, a year ago, when this lady's, like, cheese wasn't melted enough. Like, she wanted, like, melted into the hamburger, but, like, the way, like, fast food does it, like, it doesn't really, like, work like that. Like,
it's just a layer on top, and that's
yeah.
fine.
Yeah, and she went up to the counter. She was like, what's up? and she got like 2 burgers out of it in a refund, and was like, whatever, I can't do it. And it's like, how bad of a day do you have to yell at like a
bunch of high schoolers?
high school fast food employee. Like, how shitty of like a life do you have, or day, to act on that?
Do you think, though, in both those instances, I could buy that they're just faking it? Like, they just want to get some free fast food, and they know that they can play the system because, like, the fast food place doesn't care.
Yeah, I'm sure there's people that actually do it, but I feel like you would have to take out a lot of energy to be acting in a certain way, because I'm sure people would just go up and be like, my burger's not done well in the middle, or whatever. Like, that was like an actual complaint that I had, and we're just like, okay, well, let's get you a new one. But there are people that'll like make the whole store look at them, just like yelling, and it's like, what are we doing here? Like, you're 40.
I just don't know where that comes from.
Yeah, I don't get it, but you can tell all of them are just having the worst day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I get that. I mean, you're having a shit day, and not even your runza could be right. I mean, not even something that's mass-produced at an incredible scale could they, not even could that pull it off for you. I get that would be shitty, but, like, why did you have to take it out on somebody or make a big deal out of it? I just don't know where that mentality comes from.
Yeah,
it's like the speakerphone phone call. Like, why do you think we all want to hear what your phone call is? I have family members that do that. Like close family members, and they'll be talking to another family member of mine, and I'm like, we don't need that.
Yeah.
Like, come on, uncle. I don't need to hear from my cousin this way. Like, she'll be home in 15 minutes. We'll see her then. Like, let's just dial it all down.
Let's cool it. It really takes like a different kind of energy or day to act that way, because I don't think I've ever had a bad enough day where I'm just like being just a shitbag to some like low level employee, or just like I'm on a phone call and I'm just like screaming at this person on the phone, and like because like you're obviously like a little bit of you is obviously doing that for some kind of attention. Like, it's like you just want to let people know that you're having a bad day. Like, that's kind of the point that you've gotten to.
Yeah, I do you okay. I see this in my father sometimes. Not that he will go and make a big scene and be a dick to people, but I will find all the time that we'll be at a gas station, and he's not. I can't even put my finger on it. It's not like he's mean or offensive to anyone, but he like tries to be sarcastic in a way that just comes off as like, couldn't you just do a better job of this?
Oh,
like,
that's the worst.
couldn't you just like made my card work the first time?
Yeah.
Or something like that. And I'm just like, why do you even have to say it? Like, I know you don't mean anything by it. And I think in his head he's just making pleasant conversation, but he has such an unusually sarcastic like sense of humor that I think to like the random, like Cubby's employee, he's just coming off as like being a mild nuisance.
Yeah, it's the relationship like between like cashier and probably when you're 30 and up is a different, because like I feel like once you're 30 and like you don't work in like the service industry, like you start to feel less for the people that work there, so you're just like, why didn't you guys do this the first try? And like, like you do hold some accountability to the people that you're paying like their food for, but like even my dad will be like why hasn't our order come out in 3 minutes? Like, why isn't this happening? And I'm like, Dad, didn't you work at like 5 different like restaurant, like fast food places? Like, why? Like, don't you empathize with these people a little bit? And they're like, he's like, no, I'm paying them. And I'm like, well, whatever. Like, it's.
That's a perfect example of it, actually. And like when the food comes, he'll say something that isn't mean. Like it's not from a place of malice, but he's just noting the fact it took a while. And I'm like, these people can't do anything about that. Like the food's here, like it's done. The transaction is complete. Just move on. They don't want to talk to you, and you don't even want to talk to them. Yeah. It's a real shame of a situation when it comes up. But anyway, the Mustang Way shirt. That's the indication of a truly bad day. I think.
Yeah, I would feel sorry for anybody who was walking around wearing that shirt. It's that sounds like a rough.
And I think any animated phone call falls right in line too. I mean, it's never good. You're never like, oh my god, I'm so excited. Like that's never the thing
I've never heard anyone with good news on.
I can't believe this news.
Yeah, on a public phone call. I am just so excited I got married. Can you believe it?
She gave birth here now. Like.
Uncle Jimmy is here.
You got the job.
Yeah.
The big promotion. Yeah. Never does that happen. It's always just some kind of angry, pissed off.
Yeah.
I can't believe this.
Someone owes someone money. It's always a venting thing that happens.
Now, like it really. This has.
You want to talk about this right now? Do we?
I think now might almost be a requirement of those conversations.
Yeah. Does this have to happen to me now?
It has to have something to do with the fact that the timing is horrible for the person involved.
It's always just some... Yeah. No.
Oh, this week can't get any worse.
No,
man,
that's
bad news
thing.
Always comes in threes, doesn't it?
There'll be like, even if you're just like, I feel like when you're walking in public places, someone will be like walking and be like, this week had to happen, right? like I mean, the tone could vary either way, because I've gotten people where it's like, I was working and some dude like went and like grabbed something off the shelf and was like they got like paper plates and cups and was like, this will be enough for me and my girlfriend, and then just walked away. And I'm like haha, okay. Like I've got really nothing for him, but they just wanted to tell me that. But I feel like you hear that so much more with people just having just real bad luck. They're just having it, and they're like, this week couldn't get any worse, right? The weather.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, sure, what? I don't care.
Cool. That'll be $6.75.
Yeah, I like, if someone's like taking that out on you, I have no idea how to handle that. Like, that is something that is totally out of my realm. Like, and I feel like the both of us like would act similarly to this, because I just have no idea what to do. I'm like okay,
absolutely, man.
Yeah, I just like look at them and smile, and like that's enough. Like that's all they need for them to feel something.
It's just, I mean, this goes back to the small talk conversation that we had many episodes ago. Just where it's like, it doesn't need to happen. Like, nobody's gaining, you know? I don't want to talk to you. You don't want to talk to me.
I don't want to say, like, bottle up, like, I don't want to say, like, bottle up your bad day, but, like, go to the gym. Like, do something that's a little bit more productive.
Yeah, and there's nothing unacceptable about it. It's just so ineffective. Like, nothing's changing. You know, it's just like you're... Yeah.
Letting, like, the people on the street downtown know that you're having a bad day, no one's going to care or feel for you.
This week.
Yeah, this week, right? I mean, the wife just divorced me, and
it's actually tragic.
Yeah. My mom died, and like this weather
just
too.
Like saying that.
Can you get over this weather?
That's fantastic. Hey, let's end this shit. My friend just got here. Can we do that?
Okay,
Can we wrap it up real tight like that?
Yeah. All right, let's clap.
All right, let's clap it out.
Thank you guys for listening. We loved it.
Killer. Ended on a high note.